Hi there, so I am back today to do another, let me get my camera straight, it's very wonky, another weekend project. So far I've done the Tim Holtz folios, we've just done the rustic lilac mini envelope folio ephemera kind of thing, and this weekend I am doing a design team project for Tina at Shabbydabbydoodah. So occasionally I will be doing an odd design team project for her. So the kit that I've chosen to use is the pavilion green, which is an oldish kit, but I was very drawn to the colours of it. It's a nice sagey green kit. It's not a very big kit. It's one of her smaller kits. So the original thing what I was going to make, when I really thought about it, there just wasn't enough sheets to be able to do it, and they're all landscape. I would have needed some repeated pattern kind of sheets. Now I have also had her collage sheets, which is a 2 1, and it's called Sage something, which has obviously got part of the butterfly. I've printed that out twice. And then the Ephemera Kit is separate. Again, it's not a very big kit. It is one of Tina's smaller kits. So we've got this lovely one with some postage stamps. Got a coin envelope, a tag and a ticket. A couple of lovely postcards and some cute little banners what she does. An envelope, and I'm guessing that fits in there. I like that with the addition of the circle on. Don't know how great I'm going to be cutting it out. Some other ones which I might keep these as together so I can fold them and things like that. And then we've got some big circles and a stamp, and then I've printed a couple of them out, 2 to a page, just to get some smaller ones. I've also had 2 of her labels. I've chosen the green and the brown. I don't think I'll probably be using green on this one. Might use I mean, the grey's fabulous, but yeah, I'll probably end up using the brown. I don't know if these are 1 page or 2. I feel like they're 2 pages, and I think this is like you get all this, but I've just printed the first page off in the green in that one, and in the brown I've printed the second. I think that's what it was. I have, that went a bit wrong, but I have printed a couple on vellum. See if we can use them up. And then I've chosen some music paper. I've just cut round the edges ready, and this is like the backing paper that I am going to use as well. I did get several browns out and beiges, and match them up, and this tone went really well. Not sure whose kit this is from. It's just, you know, a backing page. Then I'd got this piece of A4. I'd bought some, there was like those, I think the card toppers, and this was with it, and I never used this, but I did use all the butterflies, so I thought that might come in handy. I've also got out a piece of black card because I thought that would go nice, and I've been through my die cuts, what the lovely Violet does for me, and she'd done me some beautiful butterflies, which some of them are a little bit crushed by the way that I store them. So there's some lovely big ones, and then we've got some smaller ones, and then I've just got a couple of frames out like so, and a couple of these kind of things out. I didn't know if, probably a bit too big, but I quite like that. Yeah, that would probably be okay. I've not got any tiny ones, so a couple of those out, and one of these lovely envelopes that she did for me with the window in, and then some pieces what she'd used that lovely Martha Stewart punch on. I thought I might use them for pockets and things. So that's what I'm going to be using. Let's have a look what the project is. Now, I have not done a template or anything. I've not made it up, so we are winging it. Hopefully it won't go terribly wrong. It might go a little bit wrong, and that's fine. So we're going to start off with a big A4 envelope. I do think this is bigger than A4. Well, I've got all these A4 sheets here, look. Yeah, it is bigger. So really, you do want an A4. If all your papers are landscape, an A4 size would be a lot better. I'm going to have to cut this down because when I put the sheets on, even with, you know, a little gap all the way around, it is only going to come to there. So I did on Manara about, oh, shall I do it all at the top and then perhaps put lace all at the bottom, but I've decided to cut the envelope off, and so this is why I'm not sure how it'll turn out. Then I've got two more envelopes. Are these C5? C4, C5, I think these are C5. Again, these are going to want cutting off, which, you know, causes a few problems, but I'm sure it'll be fine. One's going to attach here, so we end up with that kind of thing, and then we're going to have this additional what flaps up and down. So I have marked my envelopes off ready, but I will talk through measurements and things. So I'm going to pause and get myself ready. Okay, let's talk measurements. So my envelope is, what do we say, 12.5 by nearly 9. And I want it at 8. I think I've just gone over 8 because my paper's at 8, so I just want that little border round. So these envelopes are, again, 9 by nearly 6.5, like 6, yeah, 6 and something. So I'm going to cut everything down first to just over 8. So I've sealed my envelopes up, and let's start from there. So I've just got the trimmer at the side of me. I've got both envelopes together, and I'm gonna cut them down. So that's that, and do the same with the big envelope, which I don't know if it doesn't fit in the trimmer. So let's just fold it in half, because it's going to be folded in half anyway. Hopefully that's straightish, and cut that down. So obviously that's going to open all this envelope totally up. So we've got our height. It doesn't matter about this because this joins on to this, like so. Okay, let me think about this. So that one is going to go on there, and as you can see, if that flap down there, it's going to be too wide for it then to close up properly, so I need to take some off that side. So I'm just taking about 1 centimetre off. Obviously this is all going to be, you know, on the envelopes that you've got and all the rest of it, so you know, you'll have to do it accordingly to your envelopes. So now this one is open like that. I'm going to keep the bottom part open because we're going to have a tag coming out there, but then I think, should I keep the side one open? Let's think about this. So I'm going to have to make a hinge there, so that can go up and down, so I will attach that before I put this envelope back together. So that would go down like that. That's there. So we obviously wouldn't want a side there because we're going to use this as a pocket as well. Don't know if to make that just a little bit slimmer. Because I obviously want to keep that open so you can clearly see that it's an opening. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that's much better. So if we go this way, see, I'm thinking I think we're going to go down, but I think that's awkward pulling down, because if you've got this closed like this and you're pulling down, but if you flicked it open and pulled up, and if it was there, if you had things on here, would it get in the way? So okay, I'm going to go with down, up, down, whichever way it is. So to get the centre, I just pinch it. And are you more likely to take it from there or from there? I think, because I don't want to go all the way through it, I'm not keen on that. So I'm going to do it at the back, because I think you're more likely to be flipping it up and take it like that. So that's that part. So we need to seal this first and need to keep it as thin as possible, so we're not taking up any of the room inside the envelope, so we can have a nice jumbo journaling card, which is obviously going to offer more writing space. Gosh, that took some time, didn't it, to come out. I'm obviously in thinking mode. I'm trying to like think next step. So I'm just doing it away, so I'm not dragging the glue. So I think that will be fine. Okay. So we need to make a hinge. So let me get some card. I'll get some off my recycle pile. Ooh, if I can get the hook. So if you've been watching my vlogs, you'll see that not every week, but I have a Trash Tuesday where I sit and go through my trash and get it cut down to size. I think that would be too thick, so I want something decent but not. I think I'm just going to go with the manila actually. I bet this isn't going to be wide enough. Oh, it is. What a surprise. So let's mark this so I can get it at the right length. Can you see my pencil? I've put it away. I don't know which is worse, putting everything away after and not being able to remember that you've put it away, or keeping everything out and not being able to find it. So all I've done, no measurement, I've just done the same width. So I'll cut that off. Let's just go a smidgen more. So we've got as width. So we're going to want something that goes into there, folds over, and then this will attach and go up. So I think 2 inch would be a good, so we could have 1 inch inside the envelope and 1 inch over the other, if that makes any sense. So we've got that, and I'm going to fold it in half. I could get the scoreboard out, but I don't think it's worth it just for this. It is just folding it in half. This is from a misprint. So that's that. Fold it both ways just so it's nice and flexible. So if we stuck that bit inside and then that bit over there, so then that would allow it to go like that, and obviously we're covering all this anyway. So let's do that. I don't know which way it would be the easiest way to glue down first, but I don't think it matters. So I want to make sure it's got a good glue in. All around the sides. Okay, which bit did I say I was doing first? I'm going to do this bit. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this bit. See, I've forgotten already the way that it goes. Okay. So I'm just going to fold it, and I think it should be right at the edge. I shall only know when I've done it. Okay. So that's down. And then that will go in there. Let's put that over there. Okay. So I think first I'm going to put a hole in the middle of this, because this is going to be a big pocket, so this side will be kept open. Okay, so we're wanting to close this side up, but if I wanted to make that another pocket, so if I glued it down there to seal that up, seal the top up when I put that in. Right, so let's get this down. Like I say, I've not done one in front, so I am, you know, just thinking as I go along. And I know some people do like these kind of videos. Some people can't stand them because they want everything you know, straightforward, whereas this is very much, it might not work out kind of thing. Right, can I get that any further down? Should have perhaps thought about using a different glue, because obviously this instantly grabs. Sorry, keep banging the camera. Just trying to get the best way to see what I'm doing. That's probably the better way. So that should be fine there. Yep. Right, yeah. So next we're going to get some glue down there. Then if we glue there, but me just, what I'm thinking about is, if this is then a pocket, is whatever I'm putting in going to catch on this, which I don't think it will. I don't think it will. Okay, right. This is going to be fun. So I can see the crease, and I'm just getting my tip of my glue and just following the crease down like so. And before I put it down, I'm going to go across here now. I've only done a thin one in the middle because that is going to be all that it needs, whereas the top is going to need a little bit more, because if you're pushing things in and out, so you'll see I've come down a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to lay it down. And do that. Okay, so that bit went fine, didn't it? That wasn't too bad. So that is that. Do you feel like we're going to have to put something down the spine, because it is going to have a little like signature in there, so I need to put something in the spine. Perhaps I could have done that first before I glued it down. It doesn't really matter, I can do it after. Can either put some lace down there, or just a, you know, another piece of like card, not thick card, but I could put a little bit of Tyvek down. I'll tell you what else I have been using, that framers tape, what I keep getting out. I find that very good, and because it's like a craft colour, it does blend in. So anyway, I'm just chatting to try and think what I'm doing next. Okay, so that lays down fine. This is open here. Just gonna go along here just to make sure everything's all down for when we start covering it. Okay, so this next bit, so this is kind of as hinge, whereas we had to make a hinge on that side, so that's going to go in there. Now I do know that I am going to have to put something on to strengthen that, so I don't know, I might, yeah, I'm going to put the I'm going to use the framers tape. So I'm going to take this off and lift this up, and let's try and see, this might have been better to do when the envelope was open, because I've got that little lip there, but actually it fell just right. So that is a surprise. Let's just cut that off. I'll straighten it up in a minute. So that's that. I will do the same at the back. This envelope has seen better days, but it doesn't matter. Alright, let's just cut this bit off. Like so. And we're going to have to cut this envelope down slightly. So let's just put a crease back in so we can see where it is. These envelopes are very thin, but I think once they've been backed at the front and the back, it'll be fine. So I'm going to take this down a little bit. So if we add it there. So I'll take about a centimetre off it. So again, that's opened it up. So if that was like that, that would be fine. Okay. So I'm gonna have this as a side one. So I would have that way, like so. I'm going to glue this top part up. Again, you know, if all your envelopes fit and stuff, you won't have to do this, but sometimes you need to cut your things down to make it work for whatever project you're doing. So that's that, and I'm going to attach that there. So I'm just keep thinking, should I put a tiny little spine in there or not? I don't think I am going to. But I do think I probably do need to put a little spine in this part. I could probably just go score it at an 1/8 and an 1/8. I don't know, we'll see. Right. Mine's racing now onto the next. So let's glue this down. You'll have to excuse the noise. I don't know what he's doing. He's off this week. Can I be moving things about? Right, so we will pop this down here. And then obviously Colin's out there tipping about. Let's see. Let's take it down a little bit. Okay, let's just glue that bit down like so. So I think it feels better with that down there. So that is that. It will be just tied up with something. I mean, I could put an eyelet in, but obviously then it would take some of the room up of that. So I think it'll probably be better just just tied around. I don't think that looks terribly straight. Let's get the bone folder out. I'm doing it with my hands. It's a bit hard to see when it's craft on craft on craft. Right, I think that's fine. I do wonder, yeah, I think that'll be fine to get something out. That's fine to get something from there, and that's fine to get something from there. Now, I wish I'd have actually done the thumb hole that side, because I do think that would have made more sense. So, I'm going to go all the way through on this one. Yeah, trying to level it up. So that's that part. So I'm quite happy with that so far. So I'm probably only going to put about 5 pages in as a little booklet, because obviously you've got all your big cards. So that's that. As I say, I did one following Dawn, the book bundle, and that was like 2 of these size ones, and I did put spines in that. So I'm going to pause, I'm going to have a little think, I'm going to tidy this mess up and get the ink out and stuff, because I think that's the next thing. Okay, I've had a little think, and what I've decided to do is where the fold line was, where it folded in half, I've just scored 1/8 either side of that, just to give just a small spine. And I've done the same at the top, because there's going to be some papers there. Obviously that's going to, oh, see, I don't know if the papers will lay over the top or if they'll go underneath. Who knows until they're in. So I've just put 1/8 of a spine up at the top, and the same here, just to allow it some room for growth. So that is that. I think next I am going to, because I'm thinking I'm going to have to rescore once I've put tape on. So I feel like I want to go over here again with the tape. I want to go down here. Now I might do it on the outside. I don't think that's going to need tape, the one going up, because I think that's fine. And I don't like how this lays. I want this narrower, so you can see the underneath, so it looks more layered. So I'm just going to take that off. So I perhaps could have used a thinner envelope for that part. I was going to say a DL, but then I don't want it as thin as that. Okay, so that is better, like so. Yes. Now, I'm not going to put a thumbnail there because I think I'm just going to have a tab. Let's have a look at now if that would fit. So if it was at the end of the tag, it would fit like so. So yeah, that would be fine. So yeah, I'm not going to put another thumb hole in there. So let's go back to taping it up. So I'm going to go down there and down there. Again, you can use lace material, some lightweight card, some tie back, whatever you want, whatever you've got. I have got this tape on my Amazon storefront. If you wanted to have a look what it actually is, if you've not heard of it before. So that's that. So I'll not bother cutting it off. I'll just bring it round. No, I won't. I'll cut that one off because obviously that's that opening of the envelope. Just bend that over. So that's fine on this side. Just gonna. Oh, this is a bit wiggly. This is a bit. Okay. So I think that is fine. That one's trimming. Should have perhaps got me tiny scissors. Sorry if it's not a very good shot. I'm going to say it's a bit difficult with it being so tall. Right, I'm just going to give that a good burnish down. And I do think that will be sufficient. It's not going to be some big, heavy thing. So that's that. Let's get back to normal. So I'm just folding that spine back in. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so that is that. Right, now I don't know if that envelope that Violet had done for me. Oh, you soon start running out of space. Right, I won't need them till later on because they're journal cards and things. There's there. Let's just fold this up a sec. I don't know what dye Violet's used for this, but I know it's a die, and then she's put a rectangle die on it to get the window. So I didn't know if to put that on there, but I never like the window at the bottom. So, but then I feel like all the bulk is this side. but that's maybe a possibility, which I won't have to do that now, so I'll come back to that. Right, I'm going to ink. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to use the walnut stain. I'm going to get my matte out. Sorry for the boinging. Let's get it the right way. And that's that. So I am going to ink around everything. All the edges and stuff, because I don't know, obviously I won't be going right to the edges and right to the tops, so I will be doing it with the brush to get further out. So let's start. I will pause part way through because you obviously don't need to see me ink the whole thing, because yeah, it'll probably take about, I don't know, 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm coming in a good inch, and that means when I put my papers on, if any bits are showing and stuff like that, it looks better than, I mean, I like craft. I don't mind seeing craft, to be honest, but I don't think this is an actual nice, like, I like that colour, but this is a bit yellowy. So I'm going to get in the thumb hole and go around the thumb hole, because I will probably cut my papers, hopefully that will just fit underneath, with a gap all the way round. So I will do all of the envelopes that I've attached, and I will do all of the outside as well. And as I'm going round, any bits of the envelope that need sticking down on any of the envelopes, I will get them stuck down. So I'll kind of go in sensible order so I don't miss anything. So stick that tape down. That tape's normally really good for sticking, and probably got my fingers on it. Right, I'm going to pause and I shall see you in a minute. Okay, so I've inked all around it. Now I want to think about what I'm going to use for the front before I start using all the papers. So one of the ideas is music paper, and then perhaps build this up onto something and have that central. I think I'd have it pretty high actually. Then perhaps put some black card around it and stuff like that. So that is one idea. Another idea is use the brown paper, and again, well, like that. Do like that. Let's just cut this out, because I think out of all the images, I think this would be the one that I did use on the front. The other cards are portrait, so they're quite thin. Yeah, I do like that. I think I'm going to go with that, but then the other idea was obviously to use one of the sheets, so it would be like so. do like that one, but not as much as the brown. And I think that would be an obvious one to choose for the front. Not honoured vinegar, God, it's the same. That's too central. Or I could go with the collage, which I like that as well. I really like that. Oh, decisions. Like that side better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them both and see. So how big do we want it? So if we leave in a little bit there and a little bit there, I'm going to mark it with a pencil. I think that would be better because I'm not very good when it's not a full number. So if I go there, okay. Might need it to go in just a fraction more. Let's just take that little edge off first. And I'll do that to there. What happened there? I've gone the wrong way. Oh dear. I thought, oh what? It still would need a fraction off. Right, where's the card? Oh, I do love that. Yeah, I'm going to go with the brown. So, we've made a decision on that. Do I want to go with the brown on the back? I think I'm going to. So, let me get another piece of the brown, and then I'm thinking some nice crochet lace. Down the spine part. Okay, so when I'm measuring it up there, that's the actual piece I don't want, isn't it? Not the piece that I do want. Yeah, that really baffled me. Right, so we've got these two. Try and get them straight. Let me. So I'm thinking then they will be exactly the same height and what have you. So I'm just going to cut a slither off the top because one's just a little bit bigger than the other. Okay, and we just wanted a slither off the side. So hard to tell if it's straight when you've got just the little trimmer out, so I would want it about there. Now it still wants another slither. Right, then I shall ink these two pieces up. that's fine. Let's take that off. I don't know if this is the right way or a wrong way. It is a little bit different colour. Not like it matters. That's funny. Ha ha. But yeah, that's really strange. I think I did print one of them off at a different time. Now maybe the paper that I used was a different cream or something. So it's really strange. Mind you, I suppose it all depends on your ink as well. So if you've just filled it up, it's going to be at its richest. If it's getting, you know, towards the end, maybe not so much. So that could be a thing. So it's lovely with the ink around it. Okay. I do feel like I'm going to build that butterfly up a bit, but I'll see once the papers are on, so I can see how wide it is. Okay, have I done that bit? Yeah. Let's ink this while it's okay. Move these out of the way. I don't know what part's there. And I'm going to open this up. And I'm going to use the Kalal. So let's have a look. I feel like it's more important getting this bit right and this bit rather than this bit, because obviously that can be covered with the lace. So I think I'm going to have the darker one at the front. I'm no good at this. I always go to unscrew the actual bottle. Right, you have to be careful with this because it does come out very fast. So let's, I've just ordered some little paint brushes to spread it, but well, they come in today. They're not here yet. Get all around the edges. If I miss any, I can obviously poke in with my art glitter. It's so good for that, going round and catching bits. Right, I think that is that. I'm just going to spread it a little bit with my fingers where it's a little bit lumpy. Okay, I just wipe my fingers. And we're going to measure it up on this side. So I've got my fingers underneath, so it's the only bit of paper what's connecting is this first bit, so I can get that all levelled up. Good thing about this glue is it does give you wiggle time. Now that's too far up the top end, so let's bring it down. See, I would do it this way if I was not filming. I think that's okay. I'll say it's not 100%, but it's not bad at all. So I'll just go over here with a brayer. Okay, let's make sure that's up. Now, if you get this glue while it is wet and rub it really fast, it does manage to come up. Otherwise I go around after with my glue eraser, and that does help. Just make me wonder with this collal if I would be better not going anywhere near the edges and then just going around with the art glitter after, because it is so runny. Oof, I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted me. Right, let's get round here when I can see that it's not caught. Right, that'll do for now. I'm going to say I will come back to it, and this time it's more important to get these lined up. So I'm going to try this time going around the edges with the art glitter and just going on the middle with the collal. Once we've got this on, we'll call it a day for today. We've got his base done and his front and back page covered. So I'm getting ready for a cup of coffee. I think when you're trying something out new, and obviously trying it out on camera, yeah, it's quite exhausting, but it's fun as well, because like you really don't know if it's going to work out, living on the wild side. Right, that's probably plenty. Okay. I don't think I'll have to do that with my finger. So I'm going to get it at a bit of a angle. See, I need to see this side, but I need to measure it up there also. You can't really see because it's on the decorator's tape. I do think that's about right. That was a bit too easy. What I've done wrong? That does look a bit of a mess where I've done that middle envelope, but yeah, I'll put something at the back of it after. Right, let's have a look at that. Yeah, apart from needing to go around it and catch bits, that's fine. So that's that part done. So I shall see you tomorrow. So if you are joining along, if you get to this part, and then we can carry on. And like I say, you know, can be done with any size envelopes. You could even do like I did last week, the smaller envelopes. Could do this with small envelopes. It's only the same thing, just in different sizes. So I think that's gonna look lovely. So yeah, I don't know if I do fancy like having a bit of music around it, but I don't know if it's going to make it too wide. Because you've got to think once the lace is down there. So I think I'll pull some lace out and see how far that comes over. Because obviously I want that centre. Well, if the lace comes, say, to there, it means I'm going to have to move over a little bit. So I don't feel like I want to, you know, go under it but go that way. So we just need something else on there. So that's me for now. I shall see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye.